But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress Black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in Black communities.
Disclaimer here, this video is for educational and commentary purpose only. This channel does not support any form of violence, hate speech, or any illegal activity. This video is for educational and commentary purpose only. Hey beautiful people, how you're doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome back to my channel. So this video, I need every black person. If you know you're a dark skin, whether you're from Africa, whether you're in America, an AA, or you're from the Caribbean, I need you to sit down and watch this video. It is very, very important. So today's video is a video of an Asian American who came on TikTok to talk about how the system is orchestrated just to keep black people down, how white people and white supremacy has been able to use the Asian people to put black people down. I find this conversation very interesting, and I need you guys to hear what she has to say.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods because white people didn't want Asian Americans operating in their neighborhoods and didn't want Asian Americans profiting off of white people. But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress Black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in Black communities, even though Black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities. And as I've said before, as a result of this, Black wealth is essentially paid out twice when it goes to Asian American businesses, once when the individual pays for the goods or services, and then again when the Asian American business owner removes the profit from the community. Because usually people open businesses in their own communities, and this is mutually beneficial, where the business owner is making a livelihood off of providing goods and services to their community, and by being a member of the community, they're contributing and they're investing back into the community. This is an ideal situation, and that is not what happens with Asian American businesses operating in Black communities.
So that's what she has to say, and let me know what you think about what she said down in the comment section. This got a lot of people's reaction. People had a lot to say to this, and I need you guys to hear other people's reaction, and then I'll come back and talk.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods.
What up, TikTok? So, 3-minute warning. Y'all know I don't like making them long unless I got to. So, go back and look at what she's talking about, right? Her saying that makes everything else make sense. Ever since we've been accepted into this country, anyone who is or has any tint to their complexion was always ostracized in this country, right? But nobody more than us, we already know the history of that, right? So all these years, every time we fight for something, they rebrand it and use it against us in another way, right? So we take it all the way up to 1965. We fight for civil rights, but we don't really we fighting for civil rights for black people, but it got worded so that it'll be for everyone, which isn't a problem. But then they use that to punish us too. So now you look at the hood, look at where we at. I'll take St. Louis where I live. And in the city, there is a tremendous amount of Asian restaurants, right? Nobody make Chinese food like people in St. Louis make Chinese food. Nobody. But there's also a bunch of Pakistani restaurants, or they have more like grocery stores, little convenience stores, so Hindu people, Pakistani people, everybody got something that got stake in the hood, black people. And what she said just made it make sense. Everyone can get a loan to get something in our neighborhood, but once you try to get past those city limits out to the other neighborhoods, it's where it get real iffy. That's why you never see them out there. So they basically won't let us do it, and then use the immigrants against us and cause a big issue, which we don't really even have issue because we wind up being cool with them. But we also are kind of pissed because we're like, we want to do that and they won't let us. So it starts to come out. Like, you start to see the BS that they play. They do it the same way when it comes to buying like hood homes and all these other things. Won't let us get it, but they'll let everybody else come in and move in and do it. Now, you take every movement since then. You take the feminist movement. We ain't really have our issues in the black community, but they brought our black women in and we got a lot more issues in the community. Same thing with this patriarchy thing. They're using everything against us, and each generation keep falling for it. We would have had way more than what we have if they wouldn't have kept burning our shit down. But they still using everybody against us.
The positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress Black people. Asian Americans were...
So what she says next is that Asian Americans were provided with loans to service those areas, those red line areas that they were already blocked out of as well. They were blocked into doing business in. So what I want to point out here is the systemic structure that created the situation that we are currently living in, right? So we ask the questions, why are there so many Asian-owned stores in our community? Why are there so many Arabian-owned stores in our community, from beauty supplies to liquor stores to fast food restaurants, all these different places, right? So these business owners were given loans to set up shop in these communities. So when we don't see any fast food or any healthy food options in our community, because those businesses were not given an investment to set up shop in our community for a specific reason. It was race related, right? And so we have to understand that these are systemic structures that set this up. The system set this up. The government set this up. So the solution is to get out here and learn about the resources that's here, right? There's a huge wealth transfer that's happening, and not just the conversation of reparations. I know I brought that up previously, but we're talking about business loans, business funding, right? They're giving out major grants to communities, community organizations that are helping small businesses build through technical assistance. And so there's so many initiatives out there, but where's the information, right? Most of us don't know about it. So most folks think I need to just go ahead and get a job because I'm not going to be able to sustain myself if I start a business. And what does that do? That sends you right back into the employee mode. And if they can feed you, they can starve you. And so this has been the issue that we've been dealing with. So my suggestion is let's pull together, tap in with these resources and build for our communities, build for our families so we can build some wealth, because we can't build wealth being an employee. They don't allow it. I tried it. Trust me, right? Those pension plans, they not trying to pay out if you ain't trying to work for them, period, right? And they cutting them even if you are working for them. So we got to have a plan of our own, and we need to tap into these community resources, so tap in with me if y'all want any more information. DM me any questions you got, especially if you're in the LA area. There are so many resources that I've been able to learn about and get tapped into. So tap in with me and have a blessing. Peace.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods.
Yep, and what she's saying is exactly true. Guess how long the black dollar stays in our community? 30 minutes. It's true. It goes out to the Asians, it goes out to the Arabs, it goes out to the whites, the doctors, the lawyers, and it never stays in our community. And, what she's saying is exactly right. The whites do not want the Asians setting up shop in their communities, so they pay them and give them loans that they won't give to black people to set up in the black community. Okay, so not only do they take away and not give to African Americans after this whole slavery thing, right? But they give to other communities to rape us again. So no one on my page should ever say black people do not uplift themselves when there's a whole system, a systemic racism set up for failure of African Americans.
Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress Black people. Asian Americans were being given loans.
The sad thing about this whole entire situation is how it's literally our culture to wear braids and, wear extra things and wear extensions and everything like that. That's literally our culture. And just imagine, right, something that we created, invented, something that we pretty much are the blueprint of, we can't profit from. We're backed in a corner with no solutions. We are also codependent on hair weaves to where now society has made it so black women don't even feel beautiful with their real hair anymore. I don't know about y'all, but we down bad. We are doomed. With the deepest voice I can ever think of. We are doomed. Every day I get up and open my eyes, I wake up and think about how we are the puppets with strings on our back. And how no matter what they do to us, when they move that string, we gonna move our fucking legs and feet. Every motherfucking day when I see one of you black women up here doing a frontal tutorial to promote a Korean company that's making their family and their community super rich. Oh my God. I'm boiling inside. These is taking black talents and black cultures and black inventions to better themselves while we're oppressed. I know I'm not crying on this video, but that don't mean I'm not crying inside. The only other thing is I can think of is solutions. Okay? There's a ton of black owned hair care lines out here. There's a ton of them. Why are we not spending money with them? What's really going on? I mean, why are we not spending money with them? It's our culture to add hair weave every once in a while. Braiding hair. But we can't get it from nobody but the fucking Koreans. What's going to have to happen is it's going to have to be a tremendous drop in numbers. Meaning, for a year or two, you women are going to have to stop buying these frontals and buying this so we can get a handle and control of our community and our culture and our inventions. The Koreans got you frontal wearing by the back of y'all neck, and I'm fucking sick of it.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods.
Go ahead back and watch this person's video. It will give you some insight as to why there are so many Asian businesses serving black communities, specifically black communities in poverty in the inner city in the United States. But something else that you may want to think about on this when you are pondering these particular facts, there is a current story that is on this side of TikTok about a beauty supply business in Darby, which is being iced out by, from its suppliers and so forth, because several already owned Asian businesses in the community told the distributor that if this person or if the distributor opens an account with this new black-owned business, that they would cancel their accounts, thereby, basically putting the distributor's business in jeopardy. Which is particularly ironic and strange, seeing as the majority of these Asian-owned businesses have been extracting the black dollar from these communities for generations. The beauty supply businesses borrowing money from other previously Asian-held businesses, such as, Asian food restaurants and so forth, and that have been serving black communities, again, for, generations. And this feeds into the concept of the chosen minority, which is an essential for racism to work, that a minority is chosen. They are provided with a slightly easier path to success than the other minorities who are also being oppressed. In the particular case of the Asian folk, given a path to be able to purchase businesses in black neighborhoods and serve black neighborhoods, but they don't actually live in black neighborhoods, so that the money that is collected through these businesses is then extracted from the communities, thereby not benefiting the communities at all. The problem, too, with this is that a number of these businesses have been inherited, and some of the folks who are running these businesses because they've been victimized by folks in poverty are particularly hostile to the folks that they serve. So that when you go into some of these Asian-owned stores and businesses, you are treated as less than, surveilled, scrutinized, well, followed around the store, so on and so forth, which is not an uncommon practice, unfortunately, in a number of these areas. And we would like for those who serve our communities to remember where your money has come from, to remember that we are human beings, to remember that we would like to be able to have the same opportunities to succeed as everyone else. And that if you find a need to stop other people from being able to succeed, folks will stop buying from you.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods.
So y'all go back and check out that video. But this is for all the immigrants that come over here and talk down on foundational black Americans, saying that we're not hard workers. We need to pull ourselves by our bootstraps. What that lady in the video said confirmed that immigrant groups that come over here are incentivized to undermine the black Americans here. Y'all are able to get loans and grants and different benefits to build businesses in our communities that we can't even get loans for. Throughout history, whenever we try to build anything, we are purposely sabotaged, not just by the government itself, but also by these other groups. I seen somewhere where a black-owned hair store could not buy products from the wholesaler because the Korean-owned hair store told the wholesaler not to sell to the black-owned hair store. That's why when you go to the hood, you see these Asian-owned liquor stores, these Indian and Arab-owned gas stations in all our communities. Because they get loans and they get benefits to be able to open them stores in our community. You see, they can't open them up in the white communities because they not going to have that. So the government incentivized them to open them up in our community.
Go ahead and share your thoughts about this video down in the comment section, because hey, that's what we do here. We have conversation, so feel free, share your opinion, but please do it respectfully. You don't have to disrespect somebody for you to your opinion, so please be respectful down in the comment section. Anyway, I want to give it to you guys. You guys have a lot of intelligent conversation down in the comment section, and I see you guys. Okay, so here's my thought on this situation is that I feel this is why I don't believe on this is one of the reasons I don't believe in people of color, like classifying people of color with black. I feel like there's people of color and there is black. And I feel like there's an hierarchy to this madness that goes on with racism, or will I say colorism, or skin color thing. I feel like there's an hierarchy to it, and whether we as black people will want to agree and see it, we it is what it is. They've put black people at the bottom of the barrier. That does not mean that we are at the bottom of the barrier, but they've put us down there, and they've tried to use other people of color to bring us down. And it's not just in America. I feel like it's everywhere. Everywhere we go as a black people, they use other people to bring us down. Like, I would say, for one, like, I would say this one personally because I know there's a whole lot of in Nigeria. We have a whole lot of Indians in Nigeria. Like, ask Nigerians, they will tell you. But there's this video of a Nigeria content creator in Ireland that was applying for an Indian visa. They refused her the visa because she was Nigerian. This is a country that has opened their door for a lot of Indians to come to Nigeria to make a lot of money, and yet they did that to a Nigerian because of her Nigeria passport. It's not as if her documentation was not correct or anything, just because she was Nigeria. But anyway, if you guys want me to bring that video to you guys, I'll do that, but let me know down in the comment section. But like I was saying, not just in the US, I feel like they've used other people of color, and they are using them to keep bringing us down, keep keeping us down. This is why I said, as black people, we should learn to come together and support each other. I know we're going to have our differences as human beings. It is what it is, but let's consciously, because these people have consciously placed all these things in place to limit us. So why can't we, as people that now can identify this, consciously do something about this? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. We'd love to know your thoughts and some of the solutions you think we can do to come together and make our blackness strong, which I personally, I feel like we are growing and we're making ourselves as black people strong with a lot of information that is passing on. I feel like we can do better, but I feel like we are moving. I don't know if I'm making sense. But anyway, guys, go ahead and share your thought down in the comment section. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because, hey, that's what we do here. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please like this video, because that helps YouTube to push out this content to more people. And that will be you supporting your girl. So with that all said, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.